Today we're going to be cooking with mussels. And I'm not talking about these mussels. I'm talking about these mussels. One of my favorite foods to eat. We're making mussels with chorizo. Chorizo is a Spanish sausage. It's spicy. You can get some hot. This is not a hot sausage. We've got some chorizo rendering in our pan. You can see how the oil is taking on that red color from all the spices in the chorizo. This is a dried chorizo, almost like a pepperoni. We're going to peel the skin off, because we don't need that. Peel the skin off and slice this chorizo up. And let some of the fat render out in this pan. We also have some shallots. This is half a shallot, which is like a mild, small onion. Looks like a little red onion. We're going to slice that up and let that soften in the oil for just a few minutes. We also have some fresh chopped Roma tomatoes. And I used Roma tomatoes because they're a really meaty tomato. We're just going to peel the skin off, take a really sharp knife, and fillet it like a fish. That's the skin. We'll slice it up. And in that goes. We'll turn our heat up a little bit, and the tomatoes will give up some of its juices and mix with the oils from the chorizo. We're going to add in a little bit of chicken broth just to give us some more liquid. And you can use a vegetable broth if you wanted it to be a vegetarian dish, but I like the way that the chicken flavor mixes with the tomato and the seafood. We're going to turn that up and let that come to a simmer. And then we're going to add our mussels. These are our mussels. We bought them fresh today. Buy them the day that you're going to cook them, because if you don't, I guarantee you they'll be dead the next day. When you get your mussels, ask the guy at the counter to check them before he puts them in the bag for you. Have him make sure he only brings you closed mussels, not ones with their mouths open like that. Actually, that one's closed now. You can always tap it to see if it closes. And if it closes, you can eat it. If it doesn't close, you got to throw it out. That one's not closing, so we're not going to eat it. What we did when we brought these home from the store, we rinsed them in cold water and just pulled off any beard. And there really wasn't much to pull off of any of these. The beard is what helps them hang on when they're in the water. And these are farm raised, so they're not dirty at all. We're going to put those straight into the pan and stir it around. And they'll start to open up in just a few short seconds. I'm going to turn the heat way up. And put the lid on. That's going to trap the steam and help it clean. This was 2 pounds of mussels. Out of those 2 pounds, we had about 6 that didn't open. That's not a bad ratio, but you just want to make sure you check them before you cook them. We're going to slice a little French bread to go with it. I'm going to flip my board over to the clean side. I'm going to slice some French bread because we're going to have lots of yummy sauce to dip into our mussel broth. I'm going to slice it on the diagonal so we get a nice long piece of French bread. I put it on the griddle, and we're going to toast the French bread a little bit. There's a little bit of oil on there. Put our bread slices down just to get them warm. While that's going, we'll check on our mussels. Let's see how they look when we open up this pot. Stir it around a little bit. And you can see some of them starting to open. There's still quite a few closed ones, so we're going to let it go on for just another maybe minute or two. That looks really good. The mussels and the chorizo, to me, it's a happy marriage. It'll make your marriage happy too, if you're married. And it ain't bad for single folks either. We're going to put the cover on that. We're going to get our bowl ready because it's going to be just a minute before those mussels are ready. See how those are toasting? And flip it over. And that'll be ready. Then get our spoon. And just that fast, we are done. Look at that. Make sure you get lots of the mussel broth with your tomatoes. And put some more grilled bread on top. And that's done. Mussels with tomato and chorizo.